So, bro, what do you think about our last few sessions with Sushant sir? What do you think about the dualistic reality philosophy, Samkhya Darshan that he was talking about? Do you really believe in two realities? Would you like to believe in two realities, which is one just the consciousness and the other just the potential of the consciousness?
Good question. Good question. Um, yeah, I think there are two realities, and I think they're both valid. They're both real. Like also like they call it in the Samkhya philosophy. Like there's this one objective reality, but this is also temporal, and it isn't the ultimate reality or truth. But there can be truth in it, and there can be something fine. We can find something in it what is, yeah, what really makes us alive. And I think this is an important factor of it. And there's also this objective, this ultimate observer reality that we can't really experience unless maybe in deep, deep meditation. But it is something very real, and maybe even, yeah, like Samkhya said, or maybe I don't know if Samkhya said that it is realer than the other one, or it's the ultimate reality. And like in the Vedic, or how you say it, Avitya Vedanta,
Advaita Vedanta.
Advaita
Advaita Vedanta.
Vedanta.
Advaita, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they say this is Maya and that we should leave this. I don't think this is this is we see in Christianity as well. This is we see in all the monotheistic religions, that this is a place, like this reality we live in right here. This is a place we need to escape, and this is hell, and or this is not the real reality. This is illusion. This is also what we see in from Silicon Valley. This is a simulation. It's all the same, basically, because they're saying this is not the real truth and real reality, and it doesn't really matter, and we got to escape it, or there will be something more beautiful after it. And this is, I think, a pathway through human psyche to make us believe in these things. So we suffer less in this life. So we know, because we know this is not the real thing, and we will be in some perfectly heavenly place after that. I think this is a control mechanism religion put into place.
yeah,
But I don't think Samkhya talks about that.
yeah. In fact, the other philosophy, in fact, the Advaita Vedanta doesn't talk about Maya or a place that appears after we transcend this, but rather it just says that what is outside the world, or if you have to translate it in terms of um, Purusha and Prakriti, then Advaita Vedanta or the non-dualistic Vedanta philosophy says that there is no difference between, and this is one philosophy that we are supposed to talk about. It is not talked about yet by Sushant. So it's just the two of us who are uh, speculating. And yeah, so according to Advaita Vedanta, in terms of Sankhya philosophy, the Purusha equals the Prakriti. So the Prakriti is a part of the Purusha, but the Prakriti is all mental stuff. It is all the creation of our minds. And it is not real in the way that it is different for everyone. And what is real does not really change, right? And your mind is my mind, your mind and my mind are different. And so our realities, our prakritis will be different. And what does not
Our
change,
perception of reality is different. Yeah.
uh, which So the experience, what you say, the perception is basically just the experience of reality, and experience of reality basically defines reality, right?
Right.
So according to
Absolutely.
Advaita Vedanta, this is not really reality because it is just mind stuff, which is very different.
I think
Everything
what
we know is mind stuff, and what
Right, and I
we,
don't agree.
yeah,
I don't disagree with that. I think this we also have in the Hermetic principles. The first one says all is mind or all is spirit. You could translate it both ways. Um, and I think that this is a valid point, but it doesn't mean that this is like we an illusion or Maya or a simulation. It is mind because mind dictates our perception of this reality, so our experiences, like we talked with Sushant already about the perspective, what really matters, so how you look at life. And when we have like a really sick person who can perceive life still in a happy and fulfilled way, even though he's about to die. Also with the guy you talked about, the other guru who was like a chain smoker.
Nisargadatta
Um,
Maharaj. Yeah.
right. Yeah. So yeah, there is this factor of this reality that this is subjective, and it is
Yeah.
and it is
So Sankhya,
made from the
unlike,
mind.
yeah, unlike Sankhya that says that this is the objective reality, as Sushant sir told us, this is the objective
This is right.
objective materiality, and it cannot be changed, only be observed. It is the Advaita Vedanta talks otherwise, um, as I
So
have
I
read
think
in
they
the
talk
book
about two different
by
things.
Nisargadatta Maharaj.
Samkhya said
Yeah,
Prakriti, this is the world, the objective world. But
I think the
in Vedanta, they say that this is mind because they look at it from a different perspective. They look at it from the inner view, and the inner view it is mind. All the perception, all the experience you have are filtered to your mind. So if we have like a really welcoming attitude towards the life and towards the nature and towards world, and an accepting attitude, it is a very different world we experience. If we would have a really, I don't know, negative, passive, or I don't know, depressive view on the world, so we would experience it differently. But in Samkhya, they don't talk about this inner view. They just talk about the stuff like this. I know they say that feelings and thoughts are also prakriti, and this is also true. But then, the mind or the spirit is something behind who is watching the thoughts and experience the feelings. So it's two different things they talk about. So I don't disagree with either.
yeah, they are both the major pillars of Indian philosophy. So they coexist for this reason that you cannot deny one of them. Right? You
Right.
can, in fact, if you have, I'd say that you pick one of those and meditate. You meditate on what they say, and maybe the other day you meditate on what the other says, and whichever philosophy takes you deeper into your meditation, you know that this is you first you try to maybe uh, go deeper according to Sankhya. You try to see the observed and the observer, and you see the observer is also the observed, and you try to go deeper and observe the observer, which is not really possible. You still try to go deep into your meditation,
Yeah.
and you try to then maybe meditate with the Advaita Vedanta philosophy and see that everything is just mind stuff. So it is not really the mind stuff. You try to identify that. Once you identify, oh, this is me, you realize, oh, this is not me. So I think they're both really talking about the same thing in different words, and it just depends on you what words you'd like to hear and what takes you deeper. So
Right. I think, yeah, they're giving us the chance, they're giving us the options, and whatever works better for us, do that. but don't push it on to other people. Say this is the only way.
Yeah, 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 totally.
That's where the problem starts.
Yeah, this is what we do not want, right? Authority.